but he was actually, I guess, checking me out
Yeah.
because, about a week later or whatever, he called me. He told me that now Vasconcelos had left the band, and there was going to be a percussionist audition, and could I play for the percussionist's audition?
That was Pedro then.
No, no, no,
No.
no. So I thought, man, finally get a chance to play together. I flew to Boston, and it was some percussionist. I played half hour for the guy, that was it. And then we ended up playing for like 10 to 12 hours. I mean, it was incredible. And we were playing, and this is during the winter time. This is like around Christmas time.
In Boston.
Yeah, in Boston. And I didn't know the music. It was weird. The first time we played Are You Going With Me, I had never heard Are You Going With Me. Because I was into other types of music. I mean, Pat stuff was good, but it wasn't my favorite.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, at one point, Pat said, like, man, would you go out in the hallway, we need to talk or something. So I go on this hallway and it's freezing. We had played this warehouse, so I'm freezing. And about a half hour later, I go in, Pat goes, said, man, we really like your playing. I mean, it's really good, but, I'm going to be back in Chicago on New Year's Day. Why don't we get together with Steve and, learn some of the music and play together as a trio? So I got together. There was no music. I had to learn the songs, blah, blah. And so we played in some hotel, banquet room or something as a trio.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, and then, just jamming, playing some of the songs. And he calls me about a week or so, 10 days later, and says, like, do you have a passport? And I said, no. He says, well, get one. You're going to Europe with us. And that's how that happened.
Like a month European tour.
3 months, because it got extended another 6 weeks. It was so long,
That was the first time you were in Europe then also?
Yeah, it was the first time I was ever in Europe.
Oh, how was that like?
Well, it was great. I mean, it was obviously, the flight over there, the first gig was in Oslo, so we ended up in Oslo. And one of the things I remember really vividly, we had rehearsed like a day or something, and I'm still learning the music. The music makes no sense to me because I don't have the charts. So I'm trying to remember what section goes with what tune. And I remember the Esoteric Circle element has a Sibelius statue on it. And so I asked somebody if I could go to the park and see the Sibelius.
Yeah.
So I remember this vividly. It was interesting because he and I are talking, and he tells me, he goes, yeah, it's so boring here living in Oslo because there's no crime. And I'm like, I'm from Chicago, I'm like, what are you talking about, But anyway, so we do the Sibelius thing, and, we go back. So then the first gig was at the Club 7. And Jan Garbarek and John Christensen were in the audience.
Oh, wow, really? Oh.
And so we played. And about the second or third tune, my snare drum breaks. The string on the strainer breaks off. Now, Pat won't stop the show. So one of the techs comes out and duct tapes the snare to the bottom head. So my drum just sounded like a paper bag. And it was like 3 hours and 45 minutes. That was my first gig with him. And Pedro's new to this by that time too, So it's funny because the second gig we ever did is in Copenhagen. And that's actually I got, someone sent it. They put it up on YouTube. I don't know if it's still up. But yeah, and it was another 3-hour gig. By that time, Pat had bought me a snare drum. We went to some drum store in Copenhagen. He bought me a snare drum because my snare drum just couldn't handle how the volume of what we were doing and stuff. So that first tour was really crazy, but we played really well, man. I was thinking, oh no, this is gonna be awful. It's gonna be a mess. And when I listened to it, there's some few loose moments, but man, we were killing it. And it's so different then than it is now because when you were there, you were gone. I mean, to call my girlfriend, I might call her every 5 days because you have to use the hotel phone and the surcharge on the hotel phone in Germany.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
One time, I remember vividly, Pedro called Argentina for about 20 minutes, and he comes down. We're going to check out the next morning, and his bill was like 600 marks.
Marks.
And he started crying. be anywhere. You know, it's so much easier now to tour. But back then, you were really, really gone. And the other thing that was so strange for the relationship is that there was a delay usually in the line.
Yeah.
So like if you go, you know, if I'm talking to my wife Barb, I go, Barb, how you doing? I'm fine. So you're thinking, like, what? What do you mean you have to think about it? Yeah, I was like, really, no, it was intense, you know.
Bizarre. No, I always love these. You guys travel by bus then or by train? Like,
We basically, in Europe, I mean, we would fly.
you will fly already then. Oh, okay.
Yeah, we were flying already. But then a lot of times, like, you know, if we were playing in Germany or playing,
Yeah,
you know,
okay, yeah.
if the gigs were 3 4 hours away, you know, we might
Yeah, sure.
have two rent-a-cars. Pat liked to drive a car, and then the
Oh, really?
tour manager, like